Indeed, we are NXT. Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 country for this really late night review of this week's episode of NXT. I want to try to just like throw this one like quickly out of the way because it's like 1:30 in the morning. But I just had a really busy day. A lot of good happened today. A very successful day, I'd say. Just got a lot off my plate. Some big things I've been trying to deal with lately, so I'm in a pretty good mood. And while I was trying to get work done, I not only watched 3 Royal Rumbles, but I also got to watch tonight's episode of NXT as well. I gotta say, I can't complain about this episode at all. There's nothing that I felt like wasn't spot on. This was a fun, enjoyable, one of the best NXTs I've probably seen yet. I felt, in my opinion, it was just a really fun show. Like everything from top to bottom, I thought was like spot on. Like I enjoyed it, told really good stories, and also took place in a different arenas. And also it was at Atlanta Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia, as well. So we got to have that treat as well. Let's get right into this. This is a fun show. Again, I don't have a bad thing to say about the show at all. And the announcement we got at the end of the night as well really pumped me up, and I was like, really? Yes, do it. Because I was glad I was because the match that was going to happen, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. We just saw it a month ago for the number one contenders match. We're doing it again at TakeOver Philly. But the stipulation for it, man, I can't wait. So let's get right into this review of NXT from the January 10th, 2018 episode. So we first have the Undisputed Era backstage, just, introducing us to 2018 because, last week we were in it was more show of the year in review show for 2017 for NXT. This is the first actual episode of NXT as we're just 3 weeks away now from TakeOver Philadelphia. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. So we have Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly just welcoming us, and they vow to end sanity tonight. And Cole says he'll also destroy anybody who gets in his way of becoming the next NXT champion. So again, the Undisputed Era is looking to fully take over NXT as they already have the tag titles, but will Adam Cole get the NXT championship? We'll find out sometime later this year. So we get introduced to our announcers, of course, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy C. Watson. And tonight we also had the NXT. Actually, we technically had 2 NXT debuts because this woman's opponent, I believe, this is our first match in NXT as well. 2 former Mae Young Classic contestants, 2 really solid contenders that I really enjoyed watching as well. We had Dakota Kai, who came out, which I really liked what I saw out of her at the Mae Young Classic. I'm glad she's getting a shot, although she was not used to really, look strong tonight, but more so, get destroyed. She faced off against Shayna Baszler, 1/4 of the 4 horsewomen of the MMA. And I also heard rumors also that apparently there are conversations with Triple H revealed there are conversations between him and Ronda Rousey. So will Ronda Rousey be debuting at the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble? We shall wait and see. But Shayna Baszler made her NXT debut tonight as well. They showed a Twitter video of her at the Performance Center causing chaos at, well, not really that big of chaos they made it seem like to be at the Performance Center, showing how submission, she's known as the submission magician, but she wouldn't let go of the submission as well and try to choke them out is what set him up for her to face Dakota Kai. So the match they had wasn't too long. It was mainly to introduce us to Shayna Baszler, how deadly and vicious she is. She does not care at all. She's out there to hurt you, put you in submissions and whatnot. And the Queen of Spades won the match, but she didn't win it cleanly. And cleanly I say she won it by forcing Dakota Kai to not be able to continue this match, as she was just overpowering her, just bullying her the whole match, which just establishing her very well, introducing her to the audience. And then it ended because she smashed on top of Dakota Kai's elbow. And trust me, the camera's got a great close-up of this shot. If you see this shot of it all, of Shayna Baszler probably pretty much breaking Dakota Kai's arm, you'd cringe just like I did. I know, again, it's choreographed and whatnot, but let me tell you something. I cringed big time when I saw this stomp to her arm. I'm just like, ooh, like it really looked like it hurt. Like if she would do that to me, it would hurt as well. So that was it. I mean, it definitely hurt. I mean, I hope Dakota Kai is okay, but to me, it really established Shayna Baszler as well, introduced us to the audience. Those of you who didn't see the Mae Young Classic, don't really watch UFC, just knows she is the submission magician and she is dangerous. Afterwards, too, she goes to put Baszler into, put Kai into the Karafuda clutch. I think that's how it's pronounced. Excuse me if I butcher, but I'm sure I'll get it right eventually. But then she stops whenever Ember Moon comes running out, and Shayna just backs out and just stares down the champ. So are we going to be getting a match between Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon to take over Philadelphia for the title? As you know, Kairi Sane 2 weeks ago did come out here pretty much say she's coming for the title, and then Baszler came out of nowhere and made her first appearance and choked Sane out. And then backstage, afterwards, when she walks out, she's by the interview asking, what was the point of what she did out there? And then Regal pretty much just walked up to her and just addressed, we know who you are and whatnot, but you can't be doing stuff like that here. And Baszler's like, are we done? And keeps going. So Baszler does not care at all. She's going to go out there and hurt people just like she did to the Dakota Kai tonight. And she's going to keep doing it also until she gets her hands on the NXT Women's Championship. So a great way to introduce Shayna Baszler. I hope Dakota Kai is okay, though. I'm pretty sure she is, but still, that was a really, really nasty hit she took from Shayna Baszler, I felt. Then we have the Authors of Pain being kind of promo to take back their titles from whoever wins tonight's title match. Akam and Zara talk more about a normal mix of English and their native language as well, just pretty much saying the same thing, just for as they're coming for whoever has the titles tonight. So I guess AOP is going to make big one more last run for the tag titles before they move on to the main roster, which I believe they gotta be going to the main roster after WrestleMania, my honest opinion, even sooner if they want to after the Royal Rumble as well. The main roster needs right now. They're ready, no doubt about it. What's the point of keeping them down here? But yeah, then we had the interview. Then we had a match between Cassius Ohno and Raul Mendoza. What wasn't too bad. Ohno did beat Mendoza, falling to say another high tension elbow strike, and it was the same strike they actually used on Johnny Gargano as well in the qualifying match. But Gargano kicked out of it, and he beat Cassius Ohno in a great main event that was as well. Raul Mendoza gets some offense as well. May look pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing him get a little more time as well in NXT, but Cassius Ohno is going to be just a strong veteran to help put guys over. I think Cassius Ohno is also at one point going to be up on the main roster this year, maybe as a heel also as well, as to give him something a little fresh up on the main roster. Again, he can feud with like Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins for all I care. It would probably be a good feud for him as well. And heck, feud with Roman saying, "Hey, I should have been the one taking your place. CM Punk wanted me." Oh, sorry, we can't mention CM Punk in WWE right now. But yeah, so that wasn't too bad of a match. Then we had an interview from earlier with Zelina Vega talking about Andrade Cien Almas had never been more on the same page with her, and they know what it takes to stay on top. And then she asks about Johnny Gargano, and she pointed that Johnny only picked on the vulnerable man in the four-way, and that isn't earning a championship opportunity. It proves Gargano is a lie. She says they're not worried about winning the third match against Johnny Wrestling, but they have a plan to do just that. So again, I just see what comes across if they do a plan. Again, I'm kind of hoping they do take. Again, this idea of having Johnny Gargano fight for a championship against Almas, I'm hoping, again, that was something that I was kind of hoping to have, which I'm glad, which I'm not saying I'm taking the credit for, but I'm glad, it's when you predict some NXT goes, that I'm like, this is pretty good. Let's go for it. But I'm hoping also they take my friend Ryan Kenobi's idea and also add in the stipulation where if Gargano doesn't win the championship, he's gone from NXT, just to put the stakes on the line more, because it's the third match between him and Almas, and Almas is up on him 2-0. But then we have an interview with Johnny Gargano, and something else I was kind of hoping would happen is happening as well, and I'm very happy. I'm very excited for this match. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, probably in the next 2 weeks right before TakeOver Philly. And Christy St. Cloud is asking what's going through his mind. He starts to say words, can't describe what he's thinking, but all of a sudden, out comes the Velveteen Dream. And recently I said, Gargano did replace the Dream in his qualifying match, since the Dream was injured, but I think it was more so used just to, build to the story for Johnny Gargano again, this title opportunity. The Velveteen Dream says that Johnny needs to thank him because Gargano took 20 minutes to beat a guy who doesn't look like a superstar and Cassius Ohno. If the Dream would have beaten in less time, he also knows he would have beaten Aleister Black and that he would beat Andrade Cien Almas. And Johnny knows that he wouldn't have a chance to do any of those things if he didn't take the Velveteen Dream spot. So he's like, think about it, whatnot. And it's what he thinks needs to happen. The Velveteen Dream to get himself, another good match, get Johnny Gargano a good credible win as well. Have these two face off against each other with Johnny Gargano number one contendership on the line. Could we be getting that? We saw a nice tease of this. So I like to see that happen again and give Johnny Gargano one more big victory before moving on, and also give Velveteen Dream another chance just to, really shine like he did in his match against Aleister Black. He's probably going to lose again, but he'll lose strong as well, but show him that he's an upcoming star and he's going to be a big hit by the end of the year as well. So I'm excited about that as well. We had the Street Profits also backstage, joking around with staff, and Montez Ford considers his chains and realizes he's missing some gold. And the Dawkins notice that they're near Regal's office, so they go in there and remind him that manners. They go inside and comment his wardrobe and commenting how dry it is in there. They point out that they're undefeated and ask when they'll get a title shot. And Regal says he's been watching and agrees that they deserve a chance. So he makes the number one contenders match next week against the Authors of Pain, and they're looking forward to the excitement as well. So next week we'll get a number one contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The winner will face the winner of tonight's match, of course, probably at TakeOver Philly. So it would be AOP or the Street Profits. And then we have a match between Lars Sullivan and Leo Rush, who we have not seen Leo Rush, I believe, since he made his debut match against Aleister Black. And he also he was punished for a while because those comments he made about when she got released, saying, I guess you really weren't ready for Asuka or whatever it was. And I guess he did get punished for that. But Leo Rush is back. He pretty much just got squashed to Lars Sullivan, though. So he did get some offense in on Sullivan, but Sullivan is meant to put Lars Sullivan over. But however, I know Robbie's going to like this when he sees this episode of NXT. Sullivan gets on the microphone, talks about how he's dealt with everyone who's been put in front of him so far. A couple weeks ago, he faced someone he wasn't sure he could deal with, which was Cassius Ohno. But he did, defeat him, and that brought joy to him. So now he wants to face someone in the who faced in the Fatal 4-Way and destroy that force. He's talking about Killian Dane. And to put an exclamation point on it, he grabs Rush again, hitting him with a super freak accident from either second or third turnbuckle. So I know Robbie wants to see Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane wrestle, especially if Sandy's probably going to be on their way up to the main roster soon as well. I like to see the match happen as well. It would be a good big man match. It looks pretty good when they went at each other in the Fatal 4-Way. So hopefully if they have a match to take over Philadelphia, they'll do the same thing there and help put Lars Sullivan over as a big dominating human wrecking ball. Pretty much the Braun Strowman of NXT right now. So I like that as well. But then we said there's some activity on backstage, and the Undisputed Era is attacking Sandy. They throw tables and barricades on Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, and Killian Dane, and they rush to stop it, and they walk off screaming how those morons need to learn. They run things around here now, and Sandy is pretty much just laid out. Killian Dane looked destroyed. So out came the tag team champions, and they're wondering, where's Sandy? Did they forget about their match? Bobby Fish offers to go up to the roof and remind them when Cole cuts him off and says he remembers. They kick the chaos out, and they'll kick the chaos out of anyone who gets in their way. And then Nikki Cross comes in, running out, trying to go ballistic because these two guys, these guys just took out all her guys, and the officials are holding her back, but she is just just going crazy, and she got a good reaction, and people are chanting for her, just seeing to chant for her. She just wants to go out there, probably just raise hell pretty much with the Undisputed Era. Could you imagine Nikki Cross in a 3-on-1 handicap match against the Undisputed Era? Pretty much, that would be prove how crazy and unhinged she is. But they hold her back and they take her away. And then Regal comes out and says this is ridiculous, and they will get to defend their tag titles tonight. And they're like, no, it's not going to happen. But But out comes Roderick Strong, says he'll fight them. He'll head backstage to get a partner right now, but he didn't have to hesitate because Aleister Black came out and just said, "As will I." So they take off their shirts and they head to the ring as we got the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish taking on the team of Aleister Black and Roderick Strong for the NXT Tag Team Champions because Sanity was, beat down backstage, so they couldn't fight. The match they had, for the most part, was a pretty fun match. Again, I enjoyed it, but it was more focused on what's going on between Aleister Black and Adam Cole, who Adam Cole costed Aleister Black his match against in the Fatal 4-Way contender show 2 weeks ago after Aleister Black had defeated Adam Cole last month to get a spot in this Fatal 4-Way. So Adam Cole was targeting him from ringside as well. So the match wasn't really, too long. This is more so the story going on Adam Cole and Aleister Black. Adam Cole did get involved, though, and attacked Aleister Black, but Aleister Black stared him down and tried to, corner him out in the audience. But because of that distraction, Roderick Strong got hit with total elimination. I believe it is what it was called. Total elimination. To get the victory, but whenever Black realizes what he did, he goes back to try to stop the celebration to get the retribution. But Cole comes in and grabs him from behind, and he throws him Black into the ring post. He ends up getting super kicked by Cole, and then the Undisputed Era just hold him up, and they continue to beat him down. And it ended with him doing a fireman's carry onto a steel chair. So I'm like, okay, is this going to be setting up for something different besides just a regular one-on-one match? I'm wondering. So, Undisputed Era just, doing their, thing, just celebrating and whatnot, just, having their fun is just, gloating about themselves. And then out comes Regal, and this is saying that this is where my favorite part of the night, because I was hoping that this match that they're having would get a stipulation to it, and it in fact did. Regal comes out and informs Cole that his match at TakeOver will live up to Philadelphia's Extreme history. He will face Aleister Black in an Extreme Rules match. At first, Cole looked shocked, but then they realize, they have the advantage as well because anything goes in an Extreme Rules match. So they're thanking him because now they can probably get a 3-on-1, but I'm sure there'll be something that's going to affect with the Undisputed Era being at ringside or not. Well, Fish and O'Reilly or whatnot, but they had an Extreme Rules match between Adam Cole and Aleister Black. That's going to be awesome. I mean, Gargano and Almas is going to be awesome. We have Cole and Black. They're going to be awesome. Fish and O'Reilly against either AOP or Street Profits. Well, it's probably gonna be AOP or even Sanity if they make it a triple threat match or whatnot. That's gonna be awesome. They do Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon, and then Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan. Wow, we'd be looking at a pretty solid card. Like, throw out some of the predictions that I made in my TakeOver predicted card because some of them weren't right at all, but let me tell you something. We could be seeing a great TakeOver to start the year for TakeOver Philadelphia. I'm very excited for this Extreme Rules match at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. And with that is it, guys. That is it for this quick little review of this week's episode of NXT, the January 10th, 2018 edition. If I get this show grade, there really wasn't anything I can say I didn't dislike. Everything was just right on point. It just nailed it. The announcements, it felt like an extra special show tonight. The debut of Shayna Baszler and just how well she was established as well, going as far as, pretty much breaking the arm of the Dakota Kai, the Lars Sullivan challenging Killian Dane, Undisputed Era wrecking havoc as well. The announcement of the Extreme Rules match, and the stuff with Gargano and Almas, and then Gargano and Dream. It was a fun show. I loved it. I want to give this show an A, a solid A for this week's episode of NXT. What are your thoughts on this week's episode of NXT? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure to always click that like and subscribe for more content coming to this channel and follow me on Twitter, Everyone93. I watched 3 Royal Rumbles within the past day and a half. So, I'll try to record one of them. Most likely won't get it up tonight because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning and I want to get to bed soon. So tomorrow, again, I'm pretty busy, but I need to get caught up on the Rumble reviews also, so I will try to knock the 2002, 2003, 2004 Rumble out by the end of the day tomorrow. But I do have a lot of work I need to do as well. And then Friday, I mean, I have an event Friday night, but I'm going to take a day off from work that day because I've had a busy but very successful week. I'm in a good mood and I'm happy. So thank you guys again for tuning in for this live review. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. Have a great night.